morning everyone, kia ora as we say in New Zealand, and welcome to today's session of Relax and Stretch. So the main focus today is for you to unwind, to feel grounded, and to get a bit of relaxation and feel good in your skin. So the way we're going to get started today is seated, and if you don't have a mat, that is no problem. Please feel free to sit on a cushion. I'm sitting on a cushion as well. So whatever surface just feels good for you, and it might help a little bit if it's a softer surface. And so just sit down on your cushion or on your mat, wherever you are, and just take a minute to find yourself in this space. So we're going to just take a couple of deep breaths here. You can have your eyes open, closed, whatever works for you. The next inhale, I'd like you to slowly start closing your eyes, or if you don't feel comfortable enough to close your eyes, just gently gaze down on the ground, just softly, not with a strong focus. And take a couple of breaths in this position. I invite you to focus on your breath. Feel as your breath moves through your body, as it expands with each inhale. And how it relaxes with each exhale. The next inhale, rise your arms up above you, reach into the ceiling, palms facing each other, elbows close to your ears. Make sure your shoulders are out of your ears though, so push those actively back down. Just take a moment to feel that straight arrow from the top of your fingers down to the bottom of your tailbone. And gently start leaning back, opening up your chest to the ceiling. Just go as far as you can go without losing your grounding position on the ground. Come back into the initial pose. Straight back, straight line down. Clasp your hands together. Palms touching each other, and bring them gently down to in the middle of your eyebrows, that third eye. And pause here. Set the intention for this practice. Would you like to feel calm, connected with yourself? Just relax and lose yourself in the practice, whatever it is, take a moment to set the intention here and visualize this. Bring your arms to your chest. And gently release, bringing your palms facing up, flat on your legs. Now I ask you, very simply, to just touch with your index finger and your thumb. Let's just hold like that for a second and see how that feels. Feeling the space around us, and allowing us to also take up space. And the next inhale, take a deep breath. Reach your arms up above you, same as before, palms facing each other. Your elbows this side of your ears, shoulders out of your ears. And this time we're going to reach forward. And see if you can touch the ground with your hands without lifting up your legs and your pelvic bone. So you're sitting in the same position as before, but just trying to reach as you can, head in front of you. And try to get that stretch in your legs. If you can, you can also place your forearms down. And for those that are super flexible, your full head. Gently walk hands back, come on back up to that seated position. Now switch out your legs. So if the right one was in front before, bring the left one to the front. If the left one was in front, bring the right one to the front. Reach up above you again. Pinky is facing forward and lean forward. Pelvis is still on the ground. And gently release by walking hands back. Come back into that seated position. And you get a bit of a side stretch. So reach your arms up again, same as before. And this time, your right palm is going to reach down on the mat. And you're going to lean over and do side bend. Stretch out the left side of your body. Go as far down as you can, whatever feels good to you. Everyone is different. If you can come down on your forearms, that's great. If you're more comfortable up here, that is perfect as well. Try playing around here by either looking down to the mat, the floor, but also looking up to the ceiling and into your elbow. Just see how different they might feel. Using your right arm, push yourself gently back up to straight back, straight line to the ceiling. Both arms straight beside you, reaching up. And with the next exhale, same thing to the left palm down, leaning over on the right side. Play around here a little bit. Look down to the ground, up to the ceiling. Pull your right arm that is up, pull it further back. And gently use your left arm, push yourself up. Come back to the seated position. Both arms raised up, pointing to the ceiling. And we're going to get into a shoulder stretch. You're going to cross your left arm over your body. Grab hold of your forearm with your right arm and just pull it a little bit. Giving a bit of a stretch here. And release. Same thing on the other side. Right arm comes down, cross your body. The left arm grabs your forearm and just pulls it gently across the body. Just a gentle tug. It's not much force in yoga. We don't force things. Okay. Alright. Now bring your feet flat onto the ground. Your knees are bent in front of you. I just want you to flip up your feet so that just the heels are on the ground and your toes are free and pointing up. Now with your hands, I want you to grab the middle of your feet and slowly start sliding out your legs in front of you. until you get a really good stretch here. And the important thing to remember is to try to keep your back as straight as possible. So as soon as you feel you're getting hunched over, just bring your legs back in. It's okay if the knees are bent. They don't have to be straight. That's why we started off in that position. But just while you're here, see how far you can go. And with the straight back, as straight as possible, try bringing your nose to your knees. Making sure what we're stretching here is behind our knees. This is an area that gets very, very short and tense because we sit all day. And this is, oh, I think that's okay. So we're going to error message. Alright, so let's try stretching this area out. Getting a little deeper into that stretch. Bring your nose a little closer to the knees. Gently release your fingers from your toes. Walk yourself back up until you're back in a seated position. And a straight back. Okay. And next what we're going to do is with your right foot, you're just going to bend that knee and then bring it over to the other side of your left knee. So your right foot is on the outside of your left knee. We're going to take our left arm and bring that elbow to the outside of our right thigh. So we're going into a twist here. And with your left arm, you're going to push your right leg over a bit so you get a stretch here in your thigh. And you can also deepen this by twisting over and trying to bring your belly button over onto the outer side, so to say. You can't go that far, but you know what I mean, of your right thigh. You can bring your right hand as far back as possible, looking over your right shoulder. I invite you to deepen that twist just a little more, twisting further and further towards the back. slowly start releasing. Okay, now switch the legs. So left foot outside of the right knee, right arm. The elbow comes to the outside of the left knee and actively pushes here. So we get a stretch in our thigh. I invite you here again to come into a bit of a twist. You can actively, with your left hand, pull to get into a twist here, looking over your left shoulder. Feel like it, twisting a little deeper. And gently release. Come back to the middle. Alright, it's time to move our butts off this cushion. So come into what we're calling a tabletop position, which means you're on all fours, your hands are under your shoulders, shoulder width apart, and your knees are under your hips. And the hip width apart. Here we're just going to take a couple of breaths. With an inhale, we're going to arch our back, pushing your belly button towards your spine. It's called cat pose. And exhale, you're going to drop your belly and push your spine towards the ground and looking up. Just going to do a couple more of those. You feel ready, come back to that neutral tabletop position. Now we're going to gently bring our knees a little bit wider than hip width apart, just so we have enough space. And we're going to sit down on our feet, come into child pose. Walking our hands far ahead in front of us, coming down onto the ground. If you're able to place your forehead on the mat, please feel free to do so. Just try to make sure that you're not lifting your hips up and that they remain where your feet are.
And the diaphragm expands into your thighs with each inhale. Those who want more active stretch into the arms, you can bring your hands up onto the tips of your fingers, lifting your elbows up from the ground. Walk your fingertips forward a little bit to get a stretch. Slowly release by lifting your head off the ground, walking your hands back, bring you into the upright seated position that we started off with. I invite you once again to take a couple of deep breaths here. The next inhale, bring your palms together in front of your chest. Thank yourself for being here for yourself today, for taking the time to feel the ground beneath you, to feel your heartbeat, to feel your breath, for carving some time for the beautiful wonder that is you. Now bring your hands between your eyebrows and check in with that intention you'd set yourself. Did it change throughout the practice? Just check how do you feel. Give it a label without judgment. Release your hands, bring your palms flat, resting on your legs. For those that have their eyes closed, please open up your eyes. And thank you for letting me guide you through your yoga practice today. This was Stretch and Relax. And I hope you feel a little bit stretched and definitely more relaxed.